your host, Cowboy and Spade.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the big fight recap we got going on. They called it the Night of the Champions yesterday, man, and a lot of hype around that. I had some technical difficulties. I actually had to go watch a lot of the highlight replays on YouTube because I had some technical difficulties on my side. But my guy Spade was keeping me up to date all night, letting me know what was going on. And we're going to get on here and we're going to recap what was seemed to be, to me, it was called the Night of the Champions. And what I could see from the recap, it really looked to live up to the hype. Usually you got these big cards stacked like that. Sometimes you got a couple bummers in there. But what I had seen from the three recaps, I didn't catch the Haney Norman recap, but the three recaps that I watched were pretty much the full fights. And I thought they were all three good performances by the the headliners on those in those fights, and their opponents put up a pretty good fight as well. And I thought, man, it seemed to live up to the hype. What did you think about it, Big Spade? Did it live up to its hype? The Night of the Champions. Were you impressed with it? Was that a card that was worth paying $59.99? You know, not too
I
bad.
definitely paid $59.99. I thought it was free.
Yeah,
I thought he said after, or was he talking about after these fights is gonna be free from here on out?
I'm not for sure. I thought he said that a while back, that after that big card they had in they had the big card. Was it June or July? They had the big card with a lot of big fights on it. And I thought he said kind of after that one, he was going to dwindle down to like $15 for pay per view, and then eventually get rid of pay per view because we had talked about it on one of our episodes. So I don't know, because I did read an article to where he's losing money on these fights. He's not making quite what he thought, and then the payouts being bigger because he's paying a lot of money out to these guys for these fights. I did read an article where he's not exactly breaking even. He's kind of coming out on the loss side. So he might be thinking, well, maybe I do need pay-per-view to kind of recoup a little bit of the money that they're forking out for these fights.
Man, he rich as hell. He ain't losing nothing, man. He ain't looking.
Yeah.
He really ain't looking forward. I don't even think he's looking forward to make money off of that. Like for real, because you're not really like promoter, so to say. So it's really like for yo. I feel like it's for his entertainment, but I think
Yeah.
the car was great though. The car was it lived up to the hype for sure. But your boy ain't fight. You were talking about Better B was supposed to fight. He
I
ain't
thought
fight.
too, but
You
then
was all mixed up, bro. You said the fights come on at 11. I'm like,
no,
you
it
missed
shows.
Bam.
It shows on
I'm
my
like, what?
start time now. Maybe they was talking about like I don't know what the zone, maybe in Britain time or something, whatever it was, but it showed on that
Yeah, you
11.
probably just had the
And I
wrong.
was like,
You
damn,
probably
11. And then it wasn't until 5 o'clock, which I was glad
yeah.
because I got off work, and when I got home, I flipped it onto the zone and it had Bam on there fighting. And I was like, damn, it's already on the Bam fight. I was like, fuck. And then I got to looking at the opponent. And I was like, nah, that's not Martinez. I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? And I was like, oh, they probably showing a rerun or some shit. And then I was
yeah.
trying to catch it on my stick, find it, and it was showing it was starting at 5 o'clock. And then I had technical difficulties, and I was salty, bro. Like I was walking around
Yeah.
the house like, man, you gotta be fucking
I
kidding me.
did.
I
I
can
did too, bro. I had to spend some money. I had to watch that though. I'm talking about as soon as a doula came on, my shit said some bullshit like the
yeah,
person in the
the
subscriber left or some
zone
shit.
ain't fucking around. The zone ain't fucking around.
Yeah,
The zone ain't playing with that shit. They probably like, yeah, we can put a stop to that. Like trying to get like cut it out. But yeah, but I don't know. They also have they have another package on the zone. Like it's like $30 a month, but then if you pay for the ultimate, you get the pay per views included with it, and it's $44 a month for the ultimate. And that
I
fight was
paid like $44 for something though.
Yeah, you might have got the ultimate, which means you get the pay per view included, and the pay per views from here on out will be included on your plan. like for
Yeah,
44. I guess if they're including pay-per-views, I guess, I mean, when you like something,
yeah,
you got to pay for it sometimes. But I
yeah.
don't know. For a streaming network, $44 a month just seems like a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
It is. I'm about to cancel it though.
mhm.
I just wanted to see the fight. I'm about to cancel that motherfucker tonight. Yeah, I just wanted to see the fight. When it come back on, if it's something I want to watch on there, I'll pay for the fight again. But I'm canceling this shit again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Just hope Netflix takes over. So just put them on Netflix. Fuck it.
yeah,
$21. Fuck it. But yeah, I mean, from what I saw in the recaps that I saw, the fights really lived up to the hype, man. I want to get into the very first fight. Our guy from Ohio, Abdullah Mason, finally, at a very young age, has now become a champion and has that under his belt. And I was super impressed because I knew Sam Noki was going to be his toughest test. I really
yeah.
did. I
I ain't
thought
never seen dude before.
he's a brawler, that come forward type brawler, and that's
Ooh,
what I was
wee.
like. That's what I wanted to see how
Yeah,
Mason handled that type of fighter, that aggressive, come forward,
yeah,
head down, and he leads with his head a lot, and that's the one thing I dislike about him because he causes a lot of head clashes sometimes.
yeah.
Stuff like that, and you saw it in that fight. I think he had it a couple times, but I'm really going to let you break this down for us, man. We're going to go over to our special edition, Spade, Big Spades Corner. Let's go, guys. Let me go up here and find it.
Big Spades Corner.
Yo. So what did it say? You want to read this or what? Or just go
Yeah, this
straight
is a
into it?
Big Spades Corner. We want to get your take on the Abdullah Mason defeating
Okay.
Sam Cookie and becoming a champion at such a young age, man. What does this mean for him? And what was your thoughts on this fight overall? His toughest fight to today, no doubt. We know that. And what did you take from
Mhm.
this and when you watched it?
I most definitely felt like this was his toughest fight as he ever had. Uh, I felt like he Abdullah he handled himself well. He handled himself well for the type of fighter he fought. And if I was to compare fighters, I would say Sam. Well, his opponent. I would say he. I think his opponent was better than Shakur opponent. I think he better than Zapata.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
what's his
Wow.
name? Zapata.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think, yeah, I think he kind of, to me, I think he more rugged and everything more than Cepeda is. I really do think
Yeah.
that. Like, 'cause I was just watching and I was observing, and I'm like, damn, why should Corey never fight him? Like, dude, I'm
I
like,
think he's
dude,
pretty younger too. I think he's a younger guy as well. You know what I'm saying?
nah, he only like 28. He was
He's
28
up
or some
there around
shit.
28. So
Yeah,
yeah, he's like, because of course over here in Abdullah and them, they started really young.
yeah,
Abdullah like 20, 21, something like that.
yeah, 21.
But
But
yeah,
far as the fight, I'm a say some bad things about Abdullah first. I feel like his defense got to get better, man. Like, far as fighting that type of fighter, because he probably used to. I know he probably used to people that ain't coming straight forward as much. As Duel was coming, he was coming straight forward. Like, it ain't matter. Which Abdullah hurt him a couple times and made him go backwards too, though. But he had to hurt him to make him go backwards. And I feel like he got to take notice more of when somebody's hurt because he hurt him like 3 to 4 times in that fight, but he didn't finish him. And it was times
yeah,
that he did hurt him that he ain't go in. Like I think about the later round when he hurt him, he tried to go in for the kill, but it was times he hurt him to the body and he didn't go in for the kill, which he probably was gassed. And I know once upon a time he got hurt too in the fight, but he showed me he battle tested. I love to see that. That's one thing I love to see. I want to see if you battle tested, and he definitely showed that shit because Sam Noakes definitely hurt him to the body. I seen him slow him down when he hit him to the body. Like I seen it in his face, but he still he stayed composed, caught his breath, moved around a little bit, but you could tell he was hurt. But he ain't let Sam Notes hurt him. So that was something I liked. But yeah, as far as like him being better at defense, he got to be better. But he fought. He fought. I feel like he fought like a killer though. He ain't back down. He ain't run. He. I think he, if like his brother was telling him, if he would have used his jab a little more and fought him out the end of his stick, he would have been. He would have fought. He would have did a little bit better. But Abdullah kind of a killer. So and I feel like if you hurt him, he trying to kill. You could tell when you kind of hurt Abdullah because he definitely gonna try to. He trying to get your ass out of there. If you feel like a little threatening, if he feel threatening or he smell blood, he trying to get your ass out of there. So
Yeah,
I felt like he once that happened, because it was like damn, I want to say around the sixth or seventh round, he started using his jab and he was doing his thing, but he went away from it when Sam Nose hit him with the body shot. He started trying to,
yeah,
I gotta go with what I know. Fuck what they talking about. And he got nice uppercuts. He got a nice body shot. Like he wasn't just head hunting. He was going to that body. Like I think he really pulled it out, and he really he won that fight. Like I really think he deserved that win. Because how many times he really hurt dude? Like
yeah,
he
yeah.
could have.
And
If
when he bared
Sam
down,
no,
yeah,
huh?
when he started to bear down in the
Uh
later,
huh.
12 round fight number one, great for this young man. First time he's gone 12 rounds and a
12
champion,
rounds. Yeah.
and he looked,
I think that's even with him fighting them fights
and he
that he
got
was scheduled. I think this.
stronger in those later rounds. Like it seemed like he started bearing down, he started figuring dude out.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
more as a body, and just man, yeah, I was definitely super impressed. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry about that. I jumped in.
I said, nah, I do good. But Sam knows this. He nice, bro. He nice. Like he deserve it. They were saying like a rematch with him and Abdullah Mason should do it. No, I don't feel like they should do a
No, no,
rematch.
no. That's a move forward type fight. Uh,
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's not no rematch. Like
you
that
proved you're not
wasn't like a.
champion. It's
Yeah,
your next chapter of your
that
career.
was
Not
it. Yeah, it was either
good
him
luck.
or even if Abdullah would have lost that fight, I wouldn't have thought Abdullah deserved a rematch right off the bat. Now they
Yeah,
might see each other later down the road in a different weight
exactly. Yeah,
class, or
yeah,
if Sam Nose end up fighting somebody and getting a belt, then yeah, we can see
yeah,
that again, and it'll be worth more money because we know what type of fight we're gonna get with them too. But a fight with that right off the bat don't even make sense
yeah.
with this young fighter anyway. He just fought one of the hardest fights of his
Certainly.
career. He fought one of the hardest fights of his career, which not saying like he shouldn't fight another hard fight, but come on now, like I just beat a dog. Like I just beat an
Yeah,
undefeated dog. I'm not about to
yeah,
fight him again. Or we could fight later down the road because it'll make more sense later down the road. But let him go see if he can fight
Now,
somebody else at
here's
135
my
and beat him.
question for you. With seeing Abdullah yesterday, and he's still young, he's still wet behind the ears. We see that, but we also see the potential that he literally has.
Yeah.
And now, how do you think he fares against some of these younger Andy Cruz and our boy Kid Austin
Ooh,
and
he had
Mortala,
destroyed.
guys at 135? How's he going to stack up against? Is he ready at this point to challenge himself against those other guys, or does he still need a few more fights to kind of really get his feet more cemented in, or work on some of those flaws that we talk about, taking some of those hits? He seems to have a good chin though, but we did see him get dropped in the one fight earlier last year.
Yeah,
I
that
think,
was a flash. That was
yeah,
flash knockouts though. And
but
dude had
nevertheless,
a
a drop of the guard, which we don't like to see. But I
yeah.
saw a couple big hits from our guy yesterday, but he took them really well.
He
Seemed to
took him.
attack,
Yeah,
and he was making
yeah.
great adjustments to it. Like I said, 12 rounds, your first 12 round, and he didn't look exhausted, and he looked like he got stronger as it went. So I was definitely impressed with that with Abdullah Mason. But how do you stack him up against these younger guys, man?
Andy Cruz, he older than him. Andy Cruz up there. He just started over here late, but I ain't really seen Matala. I got to see more of Matala. I think he'll destroy Kid Austin. I ain't gonna lie. It probably
Hey,
would be good. I
I
think
need to
it'd
see
be good
more of
for
Kid
a
Austin.
couple of rounds.
Yeah,
But I got to see more Kid Austin. Like he got to have one of them type fights.
yeah,
He got
yeah.
to have one of them type fights where I'm like, oh, okay,
Well, he did.
yeah.
Remember before he scheduled to fight Shakur, he had that tough little fight that went the distance, and a lot of people thought he might have lost it, but he stayed with it. I
No,
thought he
I'm
lost
talking about like with a kind of like a name though. Like
with a
he should
tougher
have
opponent.
beat. He should have beat dude anyway. Like
Yeah,
dude, we
yeah,
probably
yeah.
never
He
gonna
was definitely
hear
favored.
dude again. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm
yep, yep.
saying with a name, with a known name, like
Everybody.
Zapata, or like a Zapata, or like a Sam Noakes. He should be trying to fight him next, especially if you chasing people like Abdullah Mason or trying to be
Everybody.
on that trying to be on that level with them. You should be trying to at least. All right, I'm gonna do him worse than him, or okay, I'm better than Shakur. I'm gonna fight Cepeda. Like that's how I feel.
Yeah,
But I feel like that time will come when he fight them fighters. Like I don't know who he could really fight next. Like I really don't know. I can't see who he'll be able
yeah.
to fight next right now.
I mean, there's a couple guys in there that one guy that fought, I think it would be a decent fight for him. I think he can beat the one guy who outclassed Navarrete at 135. Starts with a B. I can't. He's like, I know he's foreign. I can't really think. I don't know exactly where he's from, but he's a foreign fighter from, I want to say, over in Europe somewhere. But yeah, he would be a good challenge, I think, for Abdullah to see, okay, what can be his next step. I just think, man, he's so young, and we're giving these young guys. These young guys are. We didn't give it. He didn't get given anything. He earned that belt yesterday
He
against.
earned that motherfucker. That
He
now when
earned
you say earning,
it.
he earned that belt,
Yeah,
bro.
absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
I ain't never seen his face. I ain't never seen blood come from him. Nothing. Dude really earned that belt. And not only that, like who was guys running from Sam Noakes? Like, cause I never seen or heard nobody call dude out. Nothing. Like,
Well,
dude is
over in the UK
tough
and
and rugged.
yeah, a lot of those UK and the US guys, they don't really mix that much. And then, like, that's one thing I like about the zone is that you do catch a lot of the UK fighters. You get to know them, like Anthony Yard, who fought Benavidez. I knew him because of the UK and kind of pay attention to the fights over there, like Nick Ball, Colin Smith, these guys over there that I became fans of and stuff like that from the UK. But yeah, even the Eubanks and Connor Ben, Connor Ben and Eubank Jr. both over from the UK. So a lot of these guys just don't get a lot of exposure over here in the U.S. So you have to I had to branch out myself to the zone and stuff like that. Who really
Yeah.
the zone brought a lot more of it onto the scene. One second. What's up, guys? Welcome to Bourbon and Boxing, man. Just doing a little recap on yesterday's fights. Tell me what you guys thought. If you watched the Night of Champions on the zone yesterday, put down below in the comments. But yeah, moving on from that fight, let's move over to the Bam fight, which is, of course, one of my favorites. This fight, what I seen in the recap, the highlights, was just a one-sided show. It looked like tough, but I felt like Bam played with his food, and he could have got Martinez out of there a little bit sooner. I do believe that. I feel like he just was all over him, like somebody playing bongos, and he was all over Martinez. Martinez fought. He was throwing punches. He never gave up. But when he landed that solid hook and just laid him out, what was that, the seventh round, I think it was? He knocked him out. It might have been later than that. But yeah,
Seventh or ninth.
yeah, 7 9 somewhere around there. I felt Bam really kind of played around with his food a little bit, but he was really showcasing like it's going to be hard, man, to beat a guy like Bam Rodriguez with his ability to shift and throw his punches at different angles the way that he does it as fast as he does it. I think is what's going to make him almost unbeatable, especially in that weight division. And where he goes from here, everybody's
He
talking
gotta
about him in a way. Does he take an opportunity or chance to move up to a 122 when he fights around 115 to 118? I think the highest he's been is 118. So,
yeah.
think that's a fight that he should go after. I
I
know
don't
he's
know, but he got to fight somebody else because them weight classes ain't shit. I mean, he gonna demolish them boys. They ain't if dude was a champion, dude could not. Like he was wild as hell. Like he
yeah,
only had two punches. Like wild ass hooks and shit. He got a gat. He had a tank on him starting off, but a motherfucker like Bam with footwork and accuracy and discipline and patience gonna beat
yeah,
that every time. So it was like he watched dude, bro. Like that was probably the most boring fight of the night. Not
yeah,
saying far as like uh the fighters, just the styles made it boring. Like Bam was just beating his ass. Like I was hoping Bam got him out of there a little
and
earlier.
yeah. I
But
was too, and I thought he maybe could have, but I know dude's tough.
nah,
He's
dude had a
Argentine.
gas tank. It was gonna take him a little minute, a little second though. He
Yeah,
wasn't just gonna go out
he
too
wasn't.
early. He had to beat him down, go to his body a little bit. When he stopped making that noise, that's a sign too. Like dudes come out, he was
Yeah, yeah,
loud. Once a
yeah,
motherfucker see that noise is gone, and you
yeah,
ain't doing that no more, that's basically saying you tired or
yeah,
something. It's giving something
yeah,
away that like, oh, hold on, he ain't doing that loud shit no more. He quiet. He ain't doing that. He tried to come back with the noise, but it went right back away. You a
yeah,
fighter like a boxer, a real fighter, you can't do that with because they gonna notice like, oh, he ain't. Oh, this bitch must be tired or he
yeah,
hurt. They gonna
yeah,
take. That's why they say that a lot of people don't like that. All that They
yeah,
don't. They
yeah.
don't. They
They
don't
were
like
paying
that shit
attention to that on
because
the announcers are like he kind of telling you if you really pay attention to guys who do that, they tell you when they're gonna throw a punch, and you can kind of
that
they're
that
telling
that
to tell.
that that too. But it also tells you when that type of noise is leaving and it ain't doing it no more. That they either tired, hurt, or something in that
Yeah,
because they're not doing it no more. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, oh, hold on, I might you press the gas a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It tell you a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? You should really be quiet and fighting. Like, okay, but that was probably like the most boring fight. But Bam just
I think it was
passed it.
boring as far as like we saw him just beating up on the dude, and
Yeah, it ain't boring. It's not
like
boring.
he felt
Like I
like
said, it's not boring because of the fighters. It was the styles. Like it
yeah,
was a landslide. Like he
yeah,
beat the fuck out of him. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it was nothing in comparison. Like it was by far out of reach. I don't even know how dude was a champion type shit. Like he
Yeah,
made him
well,
look like nothing.
he went over to Japan and fought Ioka and beat him in Japan, and that's what well, I was like, oh well, maybe Martinez might be a guy to really kind of maybe because everybody was talking Ioka would be Bam's toughest fight, and he was gonna and
Yeah,
it was set up. Ioka was gonna fight Martinez, get the mandatory out of the way, and then him and Bam would have a showdown in Japan. Bam was ready to go to Japan, fight him for the belt. And then out of nowhere, Martinez, well, nah, I'm here. You got to beat me first. And then Martinez beat Ioka, and that derailed that. That made me think, well, okay. Because watching that fight, he aggressive. It looked like a really heavy punching type of guy. So
hmm
I thought, man, this guy's going to give Bam maybe the challenge he might be looking for. Tough Argentinian fighter. Thought, okay, this might be Bam's tough challenge, but it didn't look like it at all yesterday. It looked like Bam was just levels and levels above every opponent that he comes across. His last fight may have been his toughest fight. When you think about it, that guy was probably one of his toughest fights, but he just seems to be levels above everybody, but not really his fault. I mean, there's not much he can do about that.
nah,
Wants to
hell nah,
unify
nah, nothing to
that
do with that
one.
shit.
I think it was 115 division. He does want to unify that division. He's dead set. I think the only belt he's got to get is the IBF belt or something like that. So he wants to unify that, and then maybe he goes after a guy like Inoue if they can make that fight. But I see Inoue being a guy that possibly has to move up. at some point too, or him.
Yeah, like they gotta move up. Like the
Yeah,
competition is none. Like
yeah, exactly. There's nobody there, but Nakatani would be a great fight for Inoue, and that's a fight that has to happen in 2026. Nakatani and Inoue, that's the fight that would definitely sell. And a lot of people think not Taki is the guy who could beat Inoue, so that would be a fight
yeah,
that I would definitely be ready to watch. The other fight on the card that was a big fight, and I'd have to admit I was completely wrong on it. I didn't get to watch the highlights, but just what I saw a couple clips on Facebook, stuff like that. People put on there with the knockdown. I don't know how the fight. I know Haney won the fight. Tell us about the Haney defeating Norman. What was your thoughts on this fight? What did you see in this fight? I was completely wrong. I picked Norman. Thought, okay, he's got this power, but we forgot Norman really hasn't fought anybody, and we talk about that. And then now here he got an opportunity to fight somebody, and it didn't look like it went well, or what I've heard, it didn't seem to go well for him.
he got a his style is just he depending on one punch. It seemed like when he was fighting Devin, like he ain't use a jab. I ain't see him shoot no right hands really. Like, and he was missing a lot. Like he was coming. Like I don't know. Like he got to go back to the drawing board, bro. Like, mm-mm.
Yeah,
Like, and then like Devin was popping him with that fucking jab. Ooh, he was smacking him with that jab. That jab looked so nice. But Devin, he looked it good. Like, oh, he looked it good. Like,
after the knockdown, how did the fight go? Was it close? Was it just a complete? Did Haney
it
just?
was like a lot of grabbing and rushing, and it was just he was jabbing the fuck out of him. Like, Devin wasn't throwing as many punches though. Like, he wasn't throwing so many punches. And when Brian Norman had come forward, he had dug down, tie him up. It was a lot of tying up and shit, but when Devin fights somebody with skills, it's gonna be different, bro. I could just see it,
Yeah,
like
and
where
that's
he
what I
ain't
was.
getting that
Yeah,
jab off. Brian
yeah,
Norman head was on the line too much, like he's standing like upward, like trying to depend on that left hook. It was just like he won the fighter for Devin, like you know what I'm saying,
and
like
see, that's what I kind of wanted to get from you because, like, if we talk about levels to the game, and we forget as much as I'm not and I'm not. I like Devin Haney. I do. I like Devin. I'm not against Devin Haney. He does have a decent resume, and we know that he doesn't back down from
he
fights.
got a nice resume.
Fight
He got a
and
nice
he'll
resume.
usually fight just about anybody that gives him the opportunity to fight him. But I was ready to see how he came back from that Garcia fight when he fought in his last fight. He seemed to kind of run around the ring, didn't want to get connected with, didn't want any contact. This fight, I saw the knockdown highlight, and I was like, oh shit, it looks like he might have a little bit of power at 147. That's always been the knock on him, that he has feather fists and that he doesn't have the power to knock somebody down. What was your thoughts on the knockdown? Was it a flash knockdown? Did it hurt Norman? Uh, what?
Nah, that shit. The one no flash knocked out because he hit him. He hit him with the hook, boom, and he stunned him. Then he came with that straight right, boom, and put him down. So it wasn't no he was hurt. He
So
was
he was,
hurt that whole round. And I think that fucked him up a little bit too. Like
yeah,
it took the fight out of him for a minute. Like he was still like, damn, like that took the fight completely. Like they say, Mike Tyson say, everybody got a plan till you get punched in the mouth. That
absolutely. Yep.
shit,
There
that
you go.
whole plan, the whole plan changed. Like, but Devin looked good. Like he looked good versus a Brian Norman. But when he fights somebody, which we all know the 147 kind of weak,
Yeah, yeah.
that's really on his ass and nobody doing it, got skills. And, like Brian Norman ain't got the skills, bro. Like
Yeah.
you
Well,
could
I
just
mean, we
tell.
saw
Like,
that, and I had actually, and I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit more hopes in Brian Norman being a little bit better than what I thought he was seeing the previous fights, but we always forget the resume type thing, who's he fighting and stuff like that.
yeah,
And sometimes you can get lost and liking the guy, like, oh man, I just really like this guy's style. Looks like he got this power. To just realize, hey, there is levels to this game, and Devin Haney, as much as some people might dislike him or like him, whatever, he is at that next level. But like you said, he's the next level. But I feel like he's like if he was a fight of Teo, I don't think he could beat Teo. I don't think he could beat Shakur. But I'd love to see him against Shakur and see how that fight goes. Because Devin, when he's on, he is on. Like when he fought Regis Prograde, and I mean, he just put on a fucking clinic. When he fought Lomachenko, he did shit nobody else did. He went to his body, and he's a very smart, calculated fighter. He's not a bad he's a better fighter than what I think a lot of like he gets a lot of credit for at the end of the day. But I don't know. I think it's going to lead up to one if he stays at 147. And I've heard that Garcia is already in line to fight Barrios in
Hmm.
January, February coming up in 2026. So that's just maybe leading to those two fighting each other because he got Brian Norman's belt now. So he's a champion at 147. Once again, he's a champion at another division at 147. If Garcia, you got to set that fight up down the road. I think he's got to either try to get his get back, at some point, or Garcia's just going to keep chasing him until he has to retake that fight. If they're
Yeah,
going to be
Connor Ben, and what's his name?
Conor Ben and
Nah,
who else?
Connor Ben is manager.
Eddie Hearns.
Bro, they was hating like a motherfucker, bro.
Really?
They was hating on Devin Haney like,
I
oh, I
mean,
wouldn't fight.
honestly,
Connor
I
Ben was like, oh, I wouldn't fight. He pushed you to sleep, and man, this is boxing,
said
bitch
it about
ass nigga.
Shakur too. Like,
Bitch,
yeah,
bitches,
Conor.
if you gonna fight, bitch, fight, bitch. It ain't about who making who do what, motherfucker. They fighting they style. What the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
shut your bitch
Conor is
ass
pretty
up. And
fucking
then Annie Hearn
man.
talking about some, yeah, he just not, man. Shut up, bro. You was just with Devin. Devin was just with you. Now you hating on him. Like, shut your bitch ass up too. Like, shut up,
Yeah,
man. I ain't,
yeah.
I don't fuck with Devin like that, but that hating ass shit they was on, like, I wasn't feeling that shit.
Yeah, Connor said the same thing about Shakur. He's like, "Oh, nobody's entertained by you. You're not that. You're like you put people to sleep." Connor ain't that entertaining. Like his fights before,
Yeah, and then you talking about going back to
three fights, two
147, bitch.
he was, and
Go
he
to
looked.
154.
Yeah,
Go to 154. Don't go to
exactly.
147.
Well,
Go down to 154, bitch.
I told you that. I know what Eddie Hearn's plans was. The minute he signs Boots, he was going to move Boots up and
You've
put
been
Connor at
calling it. You've
47.
been
He wants
calling it.
Connor to sweep up that weak ass division, and that's what he really kind of wants. And we both know that division ain't shit without Boots and Crawford and Spence and everybody done left. Everybody left. There's nobody
And I
there.
don't I don't think he gonna be able to beat Devin though. So Devin
I
gonna
don't
be
know,
standing
man.
in
Like
his way.
Devin, maybe I've got to because like I said, I've seen Devin against JoJo look amazing. And when this was before JoJo Diaz went on a slide, what I mean, he was still pretty much at the top of his game, and Devin made him look shitty. I saw Devin make Regis look shitty at the top of his game. Outbox Lomachenko, which nobody thought he could do. Go over to Australia and put it on George Cabosa. So maybe I need to give him a little bit more respect because of his resume and say, okay, maybe he is that type of guy. But Conor Ben, I don't know. He seems like if Conor fights the way he did, and I know Chris Eubanks was fucking drained, and I'm not taking a lot from that fight. But if he fights that style, that aggressive, long, like fast, I mean, Conor Ben's pretty fucking fast. So if he fights that style, he's going to be a tough fight for anybody at 147.
But
Uh,
you can't fight Devin overly aggressive, bruh. He looking for that shit. You're gonna have to fight him how he fights you. Like you're
yeah,
gonna have to use your jab. You're gonna have to know it. You're gonna have to have some feet work. You ain't gonna be able to just come at Devin Haney with an aggressive style. That shit is not gonna work.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that ain't gonna work because that jab, he gonna keep your ass at bay with that jab for sure. And he got long arms. That jab is on target. That motherfucker is like a bro. That jab is nasty. But
And
I've been saying
talk
that
about
since
the
the
jab, man. I'd say
Cambosos fight.
it's the
That
number one.
motherfucker jab is bro. His
Yeah,
jab is off the fucking chain. Like,
yeah,
and he keep his arm down. He's flicking that bitch flat like
yeah,
a. That's how
yeah,
it's hitting. Like, if you would have seen that fight and seen that jab, like, god damn me. And it's a strong,
I,
and it was strong. It wasn't one of them just a touch you jab. It was pop, pop, one of them Ali joints. Okay, pop, watch out, pop. Like, yeah, it was one of them. Like, and Conor Ben, he wants you to fight it. He want to fight a motherfucker rugged, and nah, I'm gonna beat you boxing, motherfucker could beat dude, bro. He too aggressive. No, that overly aggressive shit ain't gonna get you no wins. But versus top notch motherfuckers,
yeah.
like we still seen it with Sean
I
Porter.
can agree with that. Yeah, I
We
can
done
agree.
seen it with Sean Porter. Like when you fighting a motherfucker with skills pay the bills, man. That
Yeah.
overly aggressive, being strong shit. Ain't gonna do it. And I just don't like how he be talking either. I don't like how he be talking.
Oh,
Like
he's a punk, no doubt, man. He's a punk. He comes off. He's always been that way since I've watched him.
like
That
a
was
arrogant, cocky, arrogant bitch.
yeah.
Like
He
you
that's
ain't even did nothing. You
yeah.
ain't did nothing but chase fucking Chris Eubanks, motherfucker. You ain't in. Don't we ain't gonna forget you took steroids. Like we
Yeah.
ain't about to forget that.
They took a 2-year suspension. All right, before we get over to the last fight that was on that card, man, I want to say what's up to everybody on TikTok. Thank you guys for joining us here on Bourbon and Boxing. Check us out on the YouTube channel. We're on Facebook. We're all over. Check us out. We're also on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Amazon Prime Music. You can check us out. Just ask Bourbon and Boxing and find us on there, man. To help support our podcast, man. Me and Big Spade, we put a lot into this, man. We really love talking about boxing. We watch it every weekend. It's one of those things, man, that, when you meet somebody you got something in common with like that, I mean, you very rarely do you meet like a brother from another mother in that way. And so check us out on all our other platforms, man. We're going to try to make this like a normalized thing where I go live while we do the show, kind of get you guys involved. If you love boxing or you know somebody loves boxing, share this out to everybody, man, and then go and support us on our pages that I just talked about. Hit that, like Big Spade says, it only takes one click to make it stick, guys. So check it out, support us. We'd really appreciate it, man, and show that love. And now we're going to get to the last fight of the night, and David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard. My guy, this fight right here, David Benavidez, they call him the Mexican Monster, and you saw it, to me, you immediately saw it in Yard's eyes when he got hit with the first big punch, the second, third round. You saw his eye. He was fighting like this. Oh shit. I don't want to get hit with your punch again.
Yeah.
I was seeing that in him, and I said, dude, he's got some power, and Yard's feeling it. He don't want any more of those punches. Now, what I loved was the sixth round had to be one of the most epic rounds I ever seen. It's almost like he played a little possum with Anthony Yard. He allowed Anthony Yard, like he let him get off some punches, let him get that for about a minute and a half, a little over that in that sixth round. He had Yard like, even the announcers were like, look, Yard, this is his best round. And then before we knew it, David Benavidez busts his nose open, has him on the
What
corner, had him in a daze. He was all busted up, bleeding. He was on the ropes, about to get knocked out in that sixth round. And like that right there, kind of like what was your thoughts, man? David Benavidez, he
after
is
I-
absolutely the monster,
after
man.
I seen that nose bust, I knew it was over for him. I knew that shit was gonna slow him down. Them nose busts be serious, bro. I
Yeah.
knew it was gonna slow him down, but dude was shitty though. He was fighting like scary, and then it was like I was just hoping Benavidez get his ass out of there because I knew he was gonna get him out of there. But I'm gonna say one thing: his power come in bunches, like of them
Yeah.
punches. But he ain't got no. I think his power kind of went kind of down, like since he went up. Like as far
I
as
was
like he,
before this fight, I was 100% with you on that. That I felt he had lost a little bit of power going up, bigger guys he was fighting. But
yeah,
I saw and heard those punches he was landing on Yard, I was like, I feel like maybe he's starting to get it back. Maybe that weight now
Nah,
he's
it's
into
how he
that
always been knocking.
weight.
It's how he always been knocking people out though. It always been in bunts and flares of punches, and ain't never really been like a one punch fire.
No,
But it
yeah,
just
yeah,
seemed like
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
it's taking him kind of longer at that weight, probably because the dudes is kind of bigger though, and it's
yeah. I
probably
mean,
and they be because they be kind of like when you see him, he ain't got them bodies they got at 175.
no,
He
because
ain't
Yard
built
is
like
muscular. Yards built. He's
yeah, a lot of all of them. Everybody he
yeah,
fought
yeah,
was muscular
yeah,
for
yeah. That's
real.
true.
Especially
That's
the first his first fight at
huge dude.
175.
Yeah, some big ass
So
some dude. Like
so
he was cut.
but his punches are always his shit always came in bunches though. Like like, okay, he hit you like 5 times, he fucking you up. Cause dude stood under some of them combinations a couple of times. Like, and I'm like, damn, is he hurting me? But when I seen that nose bust, I'm like, oh yeah. I say it's over with. I say that's about to slow him all the way down. And his eyes
Yeah,
was like this, like
yeah, yeah. I kept seeing his eyes get real wide. Like, oh shit, here he comes.
yeah, he was a deer.
Like
He
he
was
was
a
ready to
deer in
come.
them headlights.
Yeah, he absolutely was. But what I think I liked was David Benavidez is that guy. You ever fought a guy if growing up, whatever, that when you punch this motherfucker game and pow, and he was like, oh fuck yeah, and he got hyped up, and you were like, hold on,
Oh
you
yeah, he liked that. He wants smoke.
get hyped. Oh,
And I want to say this.
yeah,
Abdullah Mason kind of remind me of him in a way. They want that smoke, bro.
yeah,
All
yeah,
that, all that, all that. They coming to get you. They coming to
yeah,
kill,
yeah,
bro. They
yeah,
both got that same in them. Like they coming. And he throw them bunches and punches just like
bro.
Abdullah, like
For as
Benavidez
big
do.
as he is a fast fighter, man. And like I said, I think we talked about it before we got on here. So my favorite part was when Yard held his hand and he just unleashed about 14, 15 punches, and he hit him as many times as he could, and in the body, pow, 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 and just went on. And I'm like, that's a killer right there. That's a killer.
Nah,
Like,
he a fucking
oh, man,
bro.
pow,
You
pow.
gon' motherfucker gonna have to slow him down with body shots, bro.
Yeah,
For
I would.
real.
And they were talking about that with him being a little mushy. There is that somewhat place that you might be able to go to and hurt
You gonna
Benavidez,
have to.
and
You gonna even if he ain't mushy there, you gonna have to just because you gonna have to slow him the fuck down, bro. You
but
gonna have to slow him down.
yeah, he seems to love that too. If you go low, he's got those chopping where he comes down on you, and I think he loves those type of like when you're going low on him, he will start
Yeah.
chopping down on you, throwing those hooks and straight down on your ass. I think he invites that, like, come on into my body, it's mushy, you can get it, and then he traps you. You get in there, and he hits you with some lethal punches. Uh,
Motherfucker gonna have to get to that body for sure.
yeah, yeah. Now I did hear that the WBC did make David Benavidez a mandatory to fight better or not better be, but to fight Bivol for his WBC title. I did hear that they have now made him the mandatory, so maybe that's a fight we get sooner than later.
He
Even though
said he going up to fight dude at cruiserweight. Somebody at
he said
cruiserweight.
if that fight was offered to him, that he might take the fight against Roberto Ramirez, if I'm correct, that's who it is, the cowboy they call him up
Man,
there.
he just said it at a press conference. That's his. He said he's tired of waiting. He's not waiting on nobody. That he's going up to cruiserweight to fight dude.
I
He
don't
said
know if
because
you should go up to cruiserweight right now, or to that
he,
light heavyweight division, cruiserweight. Now, Jai Apati is the real deal at that weight class. Roberto Zamira has kind of been ducking him for a while. That fight should have been made. That division should have been unified over a year ago. Honestly, Ja is the real deal in that division. I think we're just seeing Benavidez get comfortable at his division at 175. I think he should maybe pump the brakes. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't beat Ramirez, Roberto, that he couldn't beat that guy, but I think maybe pumps the brakes a little bit. I think he could get that Bivol fight sooner than what he realizes. Maybe that's why the WBC announced today that now, well, we'll give you what you want. You know what I mean? And we'll make you the
yeah.
mandatory. to where no matter what, even if Bival's like, well, now I'm going to get better be the third fight, the WBC will strip him of that belt. So that's a big chance. And I think the bigger fight right now for the Bivol would be Benavidez. We saw you against Benavidez twice. I don't really want to see it a third time, not right now, maybe later down the road, but I'd love to see a guy like Benavidez get that opportunity in that division because he's definitely to that point in his career. He's past that point. He should have been unified at the 168 super middleweight division. Canelo running from him. That fight should have been mandatory to happen, but for some reason he wasn't getting that love at that time. So I think he definitely deserves an opportunity. And I get what he's saying. You don't want to wait around, but you're going to go up fight Ramirez. Yeah, you're going to get a belt if you beat him. But Ja is a real deal at that division. So I don't know, man. He might want to pump it a little bit. Not saying he's afraid of anybody, and we see his style, but I don't know. That's a different animal up there, Ja Appetit. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what.
I ain't hip to him,
I'm
but
saying he's
we'll
out of
see.
Australia, man. He's a tough dude. Check him out. He's on YouTube. You can find a lot of his highlights. He's a tough motherfucker. Roberto Ramirez he's been ducking him for a really, really long time, and he don't want that smoke with him. And he's with De La Hoya, Golden Boy, Ramirez is, and I think it's actually Gilberto, and not Roberto, Gilberto or something like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I know his last name is Ramirez. Tough dude, big guy. He's a big guy too. He'd be a tough fight. The last time I saw him fight, he reminded me a lot of David Benavidez as far as how he goes in and punches and gets shit going. It'd be a hell of a fight for Benavidez. I ain't gonna lie about that, but careful what you wish for because that's bigger boys up there too.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right, big dog. We went over these fights this weekend, man. Like we said, you felt like they lived up to the hype. I dealt with some technical difficulties. I did get an opportunity to go back and watch 3 of the 4 fights on there and get an opportunity to see what happened in those fights. I will probably go back and watch the Haney versus Norman fight just to kind of get an idea of maybe how Haney's looking and, like we said, what could be next for him. But, man, I appreciate you jumping on here on a Sunday, getting ahead of everybody else right now because nobody else has done their recap yet. They don't do them till Monday. We're going to get this bad boy uploaded tonight on YouTube tonight. I'm going to get it up on Spotify tonight. We're going to have it on Prime. We're going to have it on Apple. We're going to have it on every platform out tonight, I promise. And I'm going to do a little bit more with it on the tag end, putting a little bit more love into this video and getting it out there even more, man. Once again, take us out of the show. You know what to do. Big Spade. Let's end it.
They know what to do, man. Like, subscribe, comment, watch the show. Lick your finger. Make it stick. Comment. Take your pencil. Write something down. You already know.
That's it.
Come and join Bourbon and Boxing, man. That's all I got to say.
That's right. Bourbon and Boxing. This is episode 113. Mega Fight Recap, the Night of Champions recap show. Check it out. We're going to be the first up. We're going to have this up tonight, man. Thank you guys for joining us for another great episode of Bourbon and Boxing with the Cowboy and
Big Spade. Y'all know what it is.
That's right. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Over and out.
Yes, sir.